What's up everyone? My name's Tayla Jones and I'm with Moose Racing, and today I'm going to show you when, why, and how to change an air filter. So firstly, we have my bike here ready to go, and then I'm going to want to get out everything I'm going to need to do this, because once you start changing an air filter, you're going to have oil all over your hands and you don't want to go searching for everything. So I have my Moose Racing foam filter super cleaner. I love this stuff. It's the easiest to use and gets all the dirt out. So we have that, and then we have the Super Seal filter oil. This stuff is super sticky. It is the best to keep the dirt out of your filter and out of your bike. We have gloves ready to go. Gonna need those, and then we have a bucket to clean it in to start with, and then we have some soapy water to get all the excess out. So firstly, we're gonna take off the airbox cover. Super simple on the Huskies, but as we see, the air filter is dirty right now, so we're gonna go ahead and change it. Firstly, when we pull out an air filter, we want to make sure none of the dirt drops inside of the airbox. So we're going to unclip here and then pull it out. And when we do, I like to twist it a little bit downwards, so that way this dirt here does not rotate and come inside. And then we grab just some paper towel, shove it down there just to make sure no dirt is going to get inside while we're cleaning. Next, I'm just going to wipe off any excess dirt. There's some little bits of chunks on there. Get rid of that. And then we flip it over and we're going to pull the air filter off of the cage. These two little tabs right there, super simple and easy. And then we're going to go in under, pull off these two tabs on the outside. Once we have the air filter off the cage, ready to clean, I grab the foam filter super cleaner, and then all we're going to do is put it in the bucket like this and just pour some on top. And as I'm doing that, I'm going to massage it in so that way we're able to get it all cleaned up. We don't need a whole lot of this. We don't need to fill up the bucket full. We're just going to do this a little bit. Add some to the bucket, and then once we have the bucket a little bit in the bottom, then I'm able to really get in there and then start mixing and cleaning. You see all the oils coming off, you see it changing color. Once we're getting a pretty good feel that we're getting all the oil and the dirt off of there, I pull it out and just squeeze it a little bit. We never want to twist an air filter because that will cause it to rip, and we do not want that. If you have a rip in an air filter, you want to throw it away instantly. So we just keep doing that. It's getting pretty clean. I'm going to pour a little bit more over here. A little bit of dirt in that section. Get it all cleaned up, squeeze it tight. And you can see from what it was a minute ago, all of that oil is out. It's pretty clean. It's looking good. So now that we have the foam filter super cleaner already done, it's already cleaned up, we got all the gunk and the oils out of it, all the dirt's off of it, we're good to go to put it in some warm soapy water. It's always best to use warm water because it's easier to get all the excess out. We just want to wash it around in here. Remember, we're not twisting, we're always rubbing it through and then getting the excess out by squeezing. Gonna do that again. You see a little bit more oil and colors coming out. Get it all cleaned up. Get it all the way to the edges. You want to make sure under the tabs are nice and clean too. You're going to squeeze it out. Make sure we get all the water out of it. It's easy as that. Now we have a clean filter. Sometimes I do like to we're going to do this. It's just going to get out a little bit more excess water and help it dry off a little bit faster. So once we have it all cleaned up, I'm just going to set it out to dry. It should only take a couple hours. It's very lightweight and foamy. So once you have it dry, you want to make sure it's no damp, nothing left in it. It's all good to go, and then we can oil it back up to send it. How you oil an air filter is very important. If you don't have it oiled properly, then dirt can get through, and that's going to ruin a bike. So we want to make sure this stage we get correctly every single time. So right here, I have a Moose Racing air filter. It's already pre-oiled. It comes like this. It's already ready. Just throw it in. You're good to go. I love these filters, especially when they come like this. It saves me a lot of work. But we have one here that's already dried and clean that we've had earlier. I washed it off yesterday. It's already dried up. It's good to go again. So right here, we have the Moose Racing Super Seal filter oil, and I'm going to show you how to oil it up. So I'm just using my bucket from earlier. I don't want to get this all over the place. This stuff is super sticky and yeah, hard to clean off, just like we like it. So all we're going to do is just pour it around the outside. Just simple like that, a little bit on the middle, and then I'm going to start working it in. Remember, we don't want to twist. We don't want to rip the air filter, so I'm just going to start rubbing it in like this. And flip it over. You can turn over and squeeze. Get as much of that oil throughout the filter as possible. I like to rub my fingers across it. You can see where the oil is sitting and where it's not right now. You see these dots? We do not want to leave it like that. These dots here mean there's no oil there, and that way the dirt can be sucked through. We do not want any of that, so we're going to keep working it around. Make sure we get it in all these spots. Flip it over. I'm going to squeeze it again. Try and squeeze it into those areas that are a little bit lighter right now. Remember, never twisting. We don't want to twist because twisting causes holes. We don't want any of that. You can see how sticky it is. Super great. Getting all those holes covered. We want to also make sure we get in under these tabs here. They can be the hardest to get to and people often miss it, but any spot on the air filter that you can see the cleaner color, we don't want. It's going to be able to allow that dirt coming through. So we're going to get it all spread across. Nice and even. Super simple like that. I'm going to flip it over. I'm going to turn it inside out nice and gently just to make sure I got it in all of these edges around here. We don't want to miss any spots. Keep rubbing it in. You see over here right now is a little bit missing, so we're going to keep rubbing it through there. Nice and easy. And only a little bit of air filter oil does that. We don't want to pour the whole lot on there. If we overdo it, it's going to cause problems also and not allow the bike to breathe. So we just want enough that it's going to be able to cover the air filter and make it perfectly like this. So now my air filter is good to go. I want to make sure my air filter cage is nice and clean. If there's any dirt in these areas, I want to make sure I get rid of them. We just spray a little brake clean through there, get it all out. But this one's all good, ready to go. So we're just going to throw it back in. Make sure we have it on the right angle. It's easy to tell where the tabs are. These two are going through these holes. Make sure you push them in nice and hard so they sit all the way on the bottom. See the other side. Nice and simple and easy. And we're going to pull the outside edges over so these little hooks are able to hook on over the tabs. Now I want to go around and just make sure I've got the air filter all the way around the sides of the cage. Sometimes it can sit up a little bit, and if it's over like this, it's not going to be a good day. So make sure the edges are all over. We're all good to put it back in. So now's the most important part. We're going to put the air filter back in, but we need to make sure we're going to seat it the right way. It's up the right way. And make sure there's no dirt inside the air box before we start. So we're going to pull out this piece of rag. There's nothing down in the bottoms. It's all good to go. You can clean around the edges here. Make sure none of this dirt is able to drop down into there. Once you know it's all clean, you're able to put the air filter in. This is an FC250, so we have these two little tabs here that these two have to go into. Each bike's different, so make sure you know exactly how your bike goes. I'd put it in the same way I pull it out. Make sure the top's going in first, and you can feel that click. Once you get the back tab in, you'll feel it push in, and then make sure you're seating around the edges because you've got this little lip here. It's always perfect to put the air filter up under there so that way it seats perfectly and the dirt can't get up inside. And I'm going to make sure, double check on every single corner, because if there's any spots that are open, the dirt's able to go straight into the bike. We do not want that. And the last step's just throwing the airbox cover back on. Super simple and easy. Throw her in, we're good to go. So today we used the Moose Racing air filter cleaner and the air filter oil. And then we had the pre-oiled air filter ready to go. But then you can also get these non-pre-oiled at any of the Parts Unlimited dealers. So make sure you go and grab all of this stuff that you need. I'm going to go ride my dirt bike now, but make sure you like and subscribe for more.